previously, across the Sherverse in Queue56, Cycle 4 of Midas's server has just begun. And the theme you guys chose is steampunk. And you guys have been sorted onto your teams. And Midas has built a house, I'm pretty sure. And it's been a little bit since I've wanted to join. Kind of weirded me out in the past. But I figured that I could give it another shot. So that's where we pick up today. Just gonna log on to the server because that's how interdimensional things manifest, I guess. This is so weird, man. Okay. Hi, chat. Oh, it's so weird. It's weird every time. I think I came out of that. I don't even know how they like do this. But again, I stopped understanding how everything works a while ago. So, I've read the book before. The book hasn't changed or anything. So I gotta, hey man. Whoa. I'm not gonna question it. Let's get my team, yeah? I don't have one yet. I'm blue! Oh, I could vibe with blue. I'm sapphire. Hello, I will take food. I will take food specifically. Why are you blue? Is it a breadfish? Yes! Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'll set my spawn like a good cookie does. And, okay, this is, I forgot about my antlers. I forgot I did that. The way it kind of works here is you can, I guess, look however you want to look. So, I don't know, antlers felt right. Oh, hi, corn. Look at the dogs. I like the dogs. I like the dogs. Sapphire Quake. Yeah, okay. So, you guys have been busy bees from what I know, and have stuff at this point. Oh, look at the nether portal. My goodness. Wow. I don't really want to go in there yet. Seems like a thing. And there's where the other me lives. Weird. Weird. I don't know what that's all about. Anything at the bottom of the cave yet? No. Okay. Well, the theme is steampunk, and you guys seem to be pretty on it about that, so maybe we spruce for the people. Well, there's no spruce for the people. I kind of want to go over there, but I'm gonna get some wood. You know, it's day one. Regular things gotta happen. Go check out corn stuff. Yeah, I do want to see. I want to see what you guys have done already, because you guys work fast, to say the least. Yay, guys, I have wood! Massive win. Oh, it's so weird. Starting a project this cycle. I'll use my god powers for funky builds. As you should. I'm pretty sure that I was given, fancy powers, but I don't know. I feel like I'm supposed to be of the people and not one of those guys. I do think if I really thought about it and wanted to and press some special buttons on my keyboard, which is a keyboard, that's what it is, I might be able to do things, but I don't wanna be that guy. I'm just gonna get some stone really quick, so you know I'm not a terrible guy and die brutally day one of being with you guys, you know? It's so big and cool. Well, you guys picked steampunk, which I picked. Which is weird, because Midas doesn't give me much say in many things about his world, but what am I gonna do, you know? Who am I to mess with the thing that was an overseeing being? Oh my goodness, corn! Corn, you're crazy! Are you crazy? Hold on, let's go. That's knights? Oh no, oh no. Okay, hold on. Let's go check things. Let's go check things out. You guys go freaking crazy. I don't have a bed, and I'd not like to die. My airship is parked just down the river. Sure, why not? Oh, wow. Well, this is very nice. This is very, very nice. I do want to see your airship. Oh, look at the pipes. Oh, I love the pipes. I'm such a steampunk lover. I'm such a steampunk lover. Okay, hold on. Let's go further down the river. You must guide me. I am lost in a large and scary world. Okay. Once I get out of like the initial funk of, I don't know, playing something and it feeling like your real bones are moving, it gets a little bit easier. To my left. Okay, going. Whee! I don't have a destination. I could really go anywhere, so I'm kind of just going for it. I should get a boat if I had to guess, but whee! I love that I'm just following God. Whee! Okay. Oh. Yeah, you see how I'm not using a boat? You see how I'm not using a boat, guys? You see how I'm just walking? Because it's not that bad. Whoa! Oh, I love! Oh, it's pretty! Oh, that's such a big boat that you just went crazy about. Being slandered about boats when last cycle was pirates. Okay, fair enough. Wow. Oh, it's cool. I didn't know you were sick with it. Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's so neat. Can I go up? What? Mystical. Magical, mystical ladders. The whimsy. There's an inside too. Oh, I don't doubt it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh, you got a nice rug. I like that you didn't try and put this in Midas's house this time. Ah. Well, yes, of course. Oh, it's so nice. It's nice. It's so nice. Ray Morningstar room. So true. So true, actually. Oh, it's cool. Okay. Well, I feel like I have a lot to live up to. I feel like I have a lot to live up to. So maybe we get started. Let's start by finding a place to mine. Yeah. It's called Minecraft. This is also, I think what's funny is this is one of the cycles where copper's gonna matter, actually. where people are gonna actually want copper, because I think there's a lot of steampunk want, and that's pretty on the nose of steampunk. See, chat, you don't realize you gave me this bucket, right? And it's like, oh, sick, a brand fish. But really, it's like, oh, sick, a bucket, you know? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, sick, a bucket. I was gonna need that, you know? That's the bit. Do not kill the brand fish. I'm not gonna kill it, but this do be a bucket. It's a bucket with extra responsibility. That's a good way of putting it. I like that. A bucket with more steps. But it's infinitely better than me having to make a bucket. I gave you a brown axolotl and you killed it. Yeah. What can I say? You know. Okay, well, we have a little bit of ores and things. I want to find a proper cave, but I need enough wood first. And we gotta at least find a little spot. But this is my favorite part of the game. I don't know why, but I love the start of Minecraft. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. You won't kill it, however, it may end up dead. Yeah, there you go. That's a better way of putting it. I'm not gonna kill it directly. But I don't know if I'm up for the responsibility that having a pet in this server brings. Because so far every pet that I've tried to keep has been brutally kidnapped, murdered, sorry. has been destroyed. So part of me is like, what if I just didn't? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Anyone know spawn coords? It's 0, 0. Just go to 0, 0 and it's right there. I try and keep pretty close to 0, 0. I mean, not I. You know, we. Collective Sherbert Nation, you know? Is that a cave or a waterfall? I think both. Let's do it. I don't have much food, but I think I'm fine with that. I think that everything's gonna suck, and that's just how the collective Sherbert conscience. Yeah, the collective Sherbert conscience that builds the same everywhere, except for like 2 guys. The collective thing that says use deep slate and spruce and dark oak, make a tower, put a glass dome on the top. You know, that collective consciousness. Ooh, okay, tiny cave. Hit me with a tiny cave. Hit me with tiny cave nation, bro. I know that this is still the main spawn mountain. We're still really close to spawn. But I bet if I go down in this cave, there's not going to be much for me. I kind of need to get farther. But part of me wants to try anyway. Ooh, yes, please. Collective Sherbination. I don't know, man. The all-powered, the all-powerful, how do I want to phrase this? I was gonna say the beacons of the oh, here you go. The tenants of a Sherbert. Let's go with tenants. As in, like, the qualifications that every Sherbert must have. Number 1 is those damn shoes. The tenets of a good Sherbert starts with Converse. You did that last time and got diamonds at spawn. That is true. I did follow a cave down and immediately got diamonds, which was pretty sick. Was a big fan of that. Spiral staircase TM, it's true. What I think is interesting is that potions are not a universal Sherb property. And neither is Bird. Bird is not a universal Sherb property. Every Sherb must also be Urt with a side of Quake. Exactly. And maybe 56 of them. And maybe 56 of them also. Who is to say for sure? Zombo. Where is the Zombo? Nowhere that matters, I guess. Imagine 56 shrimp versions. What if I told you that was always the goal? But then I realized how many that was and took a step back. Okay. And we keep going. We have 16 right now. Are you counting Dig Dug? Is that with or without Dig Dug? Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't I thought it was 15, but I guess if you count Dig Dug, yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is 16 then. I don't know how canon he is. Ooh. Oh, right, I fixed my eyes, so everything is nice. Can you die? Bruh. Okay, there we go. Iron! Everything's gonna be okay, guys. I fixed my eyes so my torches work properly. Tartarus dirt, Dig Dug. He's on the notion for sure. Yeah. More canon than Bacilli. Yeah, Bacilli is notably not canon. Specifically. Because I needed just one place. just one. Okay. Okay. We have iron. We have 8 iron. Oh, dang. That's more iron than I thought we had. Maybe we can hunt for more food then before we go down into a deep, deep cave. Oh, well, there's nothing here. Well, I thought there was going to be. Tartarus dirt, Dig Dug has dubious implications for the dirt muncher. It's true. It's true. Okay. I think I desperately need to find some food. I was gonna just go down. But methinks that that's a terrible plan. Why don't I go back to spawn? I'm gonna get the wheat at spawn. There was literally a farm, and I said I'm gonna mine that, and then I walked away. So maybe we go back there really quick, because there's literally a wheat farm. So, and who knows? Maybe we'll get a bird on the way. Who's to say? 1 spruce tree? That's all I need. I'm coming for your spruce. Give. Because I don't know where the nearest spruce forest is, so I'm just gonna take a little yoink right there. Oh. Mmm. No, I'm not gonna eat the sheep. I thought about it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let this break for a second though. And go mine this other tree, I guess. We can have slightly more wood. But yeah, chat, I have some stories for you guys once we get into like a good spot. I don't want to leave them home. Okay, well, I'm not gonna take away your. I'm not that guy. If that's your house, you can keep your house. Whoa, what are we doing up there? Sorry, I love seeing things I haven't seen. Cycle Seed is just mesa and also jungle. Yeah, it's a very warm temperature because that's how Minecraft biomes work, chat. If you're in a warm temperatured biome, it's more likely to be next to another warm temperature biome, which is why it goes like desert, acacia, desert, mesa, desert, acacia, because those are all together. Versus like ice to taiga to mega taiga to cold ocean to ice spikes. Yeah. Temperatures base off of the things. It went in a circle. Yeah, I did it on purpose. I did that on purpose. I just want slightly more wood. Kind of interested in exploring. This is obviously someone's around here. Wait, I can get fish. Oh, I'm stupid. This is the easiest way to do everything. If only there was a cod on my hands. If only there was a god around to give me a cod. Like God do. Ooh, the demons want me to go down there. But luckily I don't listen to demons, so. Hey, my spruce. Oh, there we go. Here, I have more saplings. I place it back. There you go. I just wanted to like some spruces. I just wanted some spruces. Hello. Whose wings do you have? Oh. Why'd you steal Midas's door? The pufferfish of peace. Okay. Why'd you take Midas's door? Only take. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna take this. As long as you replant, farm is free reign. Farm is free reign. Whee! Okay, we're gonna have plenty of food, so we can make our long journey away. We can make our long and arduous journey to far away from spawn where no one will find me. TM. But yeah, I have some stories for you guys because I've had some D&D this last week, and I've actually been mega brain rotting, chat, about my dude, my D&D guy, and I've also DM'd a session. And there's been some kind of crazy things happening. I'm not gonna lie. There's been some kind of crazy things occurring. All right, there we go, chat. We have bread. Would you like some stories, chatters? Let me really quick smelt this iron while we're here. Oh. Story time. Okay, chat. We last left off on like a proper cliffhanger. And I'll do my little spiel first. So, over the past about year or so, I have been telling the story of my D&D campaign that I am part of, the Centros DMs. And I've told you a lot. If you want to get caught up or get more context for anything, there's a playlist of all of the VODs where I've talked about D&D stories since like at least a year ago. Maybe it's a little more than a year ago. A year and a half ago, I would say. I think about where I started doing it in the Fable timeline, and that was when I was building my farm. Was I think one of the first times that I was telling D&D stories. So, chat, we last left off in a little bit of a predicament because some stuff had gone down, and our party had ended up in prison, or rather in a holding cell to be questioned. Basically, we got caught up in a sort of kind of religious war between two gods that hate each other, who make all of their paladins and clerics hate each other and have in their tenets that they have to kill the other gods, clerics and paladins on site. We got into some trouble, and kind of got in the middle of these two groups because one of our party members is a paladin for one of these gods. And we found out a really long time ago that his childhood best friend was a paladin of the other god. And basically that meant they had to fight to the death. So way back when, in the campaign, we had gotten to the point where they were about to duel and only one of them was going to make it out of it. And we really didn't want that to happen because the childhood friend is also kind of Mabu's character's love interest and that kind of thing. There's a lot of stakes here. So Mabu cast a little spell called Modify Memory on our paladin and made him forget that he found out that she was a follower of Udis, this other god. And that was great at the time, but basically over the past like year or so, the entire party has been so stressed for inevitably when we would, our paladin would remember this and find out that we had been basically kind of keeping this from him and that we've been lying to him and that we stopped him from doing that. Which is, you know, and most recently, yeah, he totally remembered. He totally remembered, and that was about to cause a lot of problems because we'd already gotten kind of in the middle of a little war, and the kind of heads of this big church were kind of all questioning us and calling us out. And we had a really cool session. David did a really cool thing where we were all in a prison cell together. So he took everything out of the room we play D&D in, turned all the lights off, and didn't let us take anything into the room. He didn't let us take our phones. He didn't let us take anything to do. And basically for an entire session, we sat in the dark and RP'd like we were actually in prison. And our paladin kept coming and calling us out, and we get brought out of the room and then questioned. But the rest of us were stuck in this room in character for like 3 hours, and it was really, really fun. It was really, really cool. We were all like sitting in the room like how our characters would sit. It wasn't just like RP, just RP. And we got a lot of information from each other that we'd been hiding from each other. Because we all basically had to sit and talk because we were canonically in there for 16 hours. So, we had a really, really cool session. And slowly but surely, as we all sat in the dark, we all kept getting pulled out until it was me and Mambu's character, who had felt that the connection of her spell, the Modify Memory spell from forever ago, break. And that she definitely knew that he knew and remembered. And kind of knew that that meant that he might try to kill Mambu's character, and we kind of went into the session knowing that stuff could go very wrong, and this might end up in party combat or several people dying if we answer the questions wrong to the church, etc., etc. And I got called out, leaving just Mambu in the cell. And I got asked questions about our paladin and basically conveyed that Mambu said to say that she's sorry, and she didn't want to fight. She just still doesn't want to fight, but she stands by what she did, etc., etc. And when our paladin went and finished questioning me to go and grab Divine, Mambu's character, out of the prison cell, she was gone. Disappeared. And that's where you guys last left off. That's where the last stories left off, was that they went into the cell to grab her and she was gone. Which is a very, very fun little cliffhanger that we all lived in intense fear of for several weeks at a time. I'd really like to sleep, Q Nation. Side note. Side note, I'd love to do a sleep. I unfortunately cannot sleep. There's a dog. I'm in the wrong dimension for Eeps. Then that makes it okay. Yay! You can slash lay. Wait, did that actually work? Wait, does slash lay make you sleep? What? I didn't know that. That's kind of insane. That's kind of crazy. This feels like very good knowledge. What? It counts you as sleeping. Honestly, good for you that you figured that out. That's kind of sick, actually. Heck yeah. Thank you, Hope to Clover, for the 11 months of Prime. Thank you. Okay. Let me do another hydration really quick, chat. So, chat, for the record, I'm just looking for a cave, and the first big cave that I go in, I'm just gonna go in mine and probably go all the way down until I have enough iron for full iron. The second lava pit, what the heck? But yeah, so we did a really cool thing where, like, when we went into the room, Mambu was hiding in the closet because she got out, and we didn't know directly how she got out. Mambu's character is kind of like a demon lord, which is kind of what she is, and she has the ability to summon little imps. So we knew this out of character, that she clearly summoned one of her imps and had him, like, teleport her out of there to somewhere. We didn't know where. So we start the next session, and it starts off on a great note because everybody goes into panic because you were quite literally fleeing from, you know, questioning. It makes you look really guilty. It makes you look really, really guilty. So all of the clerics and paladin people are freaking out, like, where did she go? And they start questioning our paladin. And our paladin makes a questionable choice. Our paladin makes a very questionable choice when he starts getting asked, you know, where did Divine go? Where did Mama's character go? He's like, oh, she probably went to one of our friends, our party, one of our NPCs with the party, who isn't with us right now. and my fiance, because our paladin has a fiance. Her name is Kelsey. We love Kelsey very much, and Kelsey isn't with us because Kelsey stayed behind to heal people in my character's town, which is where we just got done with the quest there, and we're now moving on. And our paladin's like, oh, she probably went to her. And the clerics are like, where is that? And he's like, oh, my hometown. My hometown. And he says this, and my jaw drops at the table. I'm like, because they are now going to go on a hunt to find Mumbo's character. And he said, yeah, go to Faraday's hometown. She's probably there. And I go into panic mode because they're about to send a legion of paladins to go and hunt and kill and find Divine, who probably isn't even there, and is probably going to kill a bunch of people in my town. So I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. So he says that and is like, great, we're gonna send people to go look for her. And I'm looking at the player who plays our paladin, and I'm like, why did you do that? And he's like, it's the most believable place I could have said. And I'm like, I know, but why did you say there? So I'm already flipping out properly. Guys, I found a cave. Big win. So I'm flipping out. Ooh, chat. Ooh. Emerald, hold on, chat. I must make an iron pickaxe. I think you can actually use stone to mine emerald, but I don't care. So we all go in a room, and our paladin's like, do we know where she went? And I'm like, I know I was the last one in there with her, but I have no idea where she went. I assume she would probably go, like, to hell, or maybe where we're going. I wouldn't have said my own hometown. But luckily, my character has a sending stone for his mom. After we kind of fixed up their town, I got a sending stone that I can talk to my mom once per day and send a little message. So I send her a message that I'm like, hey, Divine's on the run. There's people coming to the town. Please don't let them kill anybody. There are a bunch of paladins. They're probably going to want to kill you. Keep safe her warlocks. Love you, Mom. Bye. And that's all I get to do is just send her that message. And I'm flipping out, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to figure this out. While we're all kind of in a panic mode, trying to figure out where Divine went, one of her imps shows up. A specific imp. And if you've heard of the imps across my D&D stories, they do a very silly thing where when a little imp pops up, they go, "Pah!" Like they pop out of nothingness. And David makes a very fun sound. He goes, "Pah!" You know? It's just a side note, but that's just something David does that we all think is really goofy. So we're all freaking out, and then this imp shows up. And this is notably one of Divine's imps who shows up pretty much every time she asks for something. And he doesn't say anything. He just goes and picks up Divine's stuff, because Divine didn't have any of her stuff, because we were in prison, and didn't have any of our gear on us, and wherever she went, she had nothing. So he pops up, grabs her stuff, and hands my character a note. And I'm like, oh boy. And the thing is, we're cool. So this is the note that I get handed. Like, I get handed a physical note from David that is written by Mambo. So I have a real note that's very, very nice here. And when I initially get handled it, I think it's her will. So I start freaking out. I'm like, can people stop giving me their wills? Because this is the second time a party member has almost died and been like, Blade, you need to take care of all of my stuff after I die. And I'm like, okay. It's the second time this has happened. It's not her will, though. It's not her will. She basically says, hey, yeah, I had to run. Don't tell anybody where I am, but here's where I am. And she basically says that I'm heading towards where we were going to go anyway. She's like, hey, I'm south. But don't tell them exactly where I am, but just get out of there and hopefully you'll come find me. And then some really sappy stuff where she calls my character her brother, and it's very good. It's very sappy and sad character development. It's really good note, guys. So I don't say anything to the party. They're like, "Hey, where's Divine?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just gonna mind my business. Okay, I'm just gonna go mind my business. So I just go off, and we're like, we need to get out of here ASAP. And our paladin's like, "Hey, before we get out of here ASAP, can I go buy this thing from the forge?" Because fun fact, this like church area we're in is directly connected to a forge, which is why we originally came here. It's not important for this specific story, but there's a very fancy forge attached to this place that we are. And there's these very quirky little gay guys who work the forge. One's a goblin, one's a merfolk. They're wonderful little NPCs that David made, who are like forever chained to this forge and just like make artifact level items, but they can't leave, and no one comes there to buy them, so they're just kind of sat there the whole time. So we have these guys, and our paladin's like, "Hey, they have a specific set of armor that I really want. It's like anti-werewolf armor, and our party's big bad is a werewolf." And we're like, "Yeah, okay, maybe you should go buy that." So he takes my ridiculous amount of gold, because if you don't know this about my character is loaded, because I used to work for a greed demon who paid me in millions of gold. So for pretty much the whole campaign, I've had like 2 million gold, just like, I just have had that. And it's come in very handy several times. It's how I bought my character's arm, etc., etc. But I'm just loaded. I just have like, I think right now I had like 1.6 million gold currently, and everything in this forge is like 300k or higher, which luckily, we have the money for that. And basically I've financed our whole party this whole campaign. Sorry. My goodness. Go away. Why, thank you, good sir. So I basically financed our party. So our paladin takes our money, and we're like, yeah, okay, we're all gonna go chill in our bag, because we have our house is inside of our bag of holding. We basically have like a whole like apartment inside of our bag of holding. It has a bar, it has a workshop, it has several beds, it has a storage, it has a freezer. We have a very, very fancy bag of holding that we can all go into. And it's kind of, we call it our home. We call it our house. So we all go and chill in the bag, and we're like, "Hey, paladin, can you please take care of whatever we need to do so we can leave here, because we've messed so much up, and we're just gonna go sit in the bag for a little bit because we kind of need a little tiny break." So we all go chill in the bag. And our paladin goes to try and go find his squire, which is the other reason that we came to this big kind of temple church thing that we're at. Forge, it's a million things. Was because our paladin squire was ready to like ascend and become a real paladin named Og. He's very great, very silly guy. He was a kobold. He's outgrown his koboldness, is now more like a dragonborn. Little baby man. Was finally graduated, and we didn't get to say goodbye to him before we leave on our quest. So our paladin was going to look for him, so we could all say goodbye and give him gifts, and it's a very cute little sad moment. David made me cry. But we're all chilling in the bag, and some crazy stuff goes down. Okay, I know I talk about a lot of crazy stories, but what I'm about to tell you is, I think, the craziest. One of the crazier things that has happened. Oh no, yeah. It's going a little crazy. So, as you all know, my character kind of has this like adopted son. His name is Essick. He's a kid that we picked up off the side of the road, and I said, "You're mine now." He's got a sorcerer, and he's got a lot of problems. Point A. A long time ago, he didn't have a soul. We then killed a witch, got his soul back, and then he was with us, but then he like got taken away, and then we had to go rescue him from kidnapping, and then he got kidnapped again, so we had to go rescue him from kidnapping, and then he got experimented on and had all these weird runes all over his body that are like one of our big bads experimented on him with, bunch of terrible stuff has happened to this kid. And currently, we have him, but most recently his soul got swapped. He swapped bodies with this guy, whose name is Numinous, okay? name is Numinous, and he is the guy who invented bags of holding. And he's the reason we have a very nice house inside of our bag of holding. And we basically made a deal with him a really long time ago and said, hey, if you chill with us, we will find you a body. If you help switch your soul back, we'll put you in a new body and you help us get Essick's soul back so we can put it back in his body. And we've been doing that for a while now. We have a little like agreement with this dude. He's grown on us a little bit. He's kind of a little bitch, but we love him. And he's just kind of been chilling with us. He's just kind of been around, and he's kind of been dying a little bit because all of the runes on his body are the fancy evil magic that's basically made him really, really weak and unable to move. He's now in a wheelchair in the bag, and can't even go outside of it because even the idea of casting magic is like way too tolling. And we've been trying to fix that. But we all go into the bag, and Numinous is in there, and he's like, hey, I found a body for me. And we're like, what do you mean you found a body? And he's like, you don't want to know. And I'm like, fair enough. I'm not going to complain. You have a body. Big win. Now we just need to get Essick's soul back. Which, we know where Essick's soul is. We know where it is because they're basically like a weird fallen angel thing that he kind of warlocked with. And basically, this warlock patron fallen angel thingy has Essick's soul, and we know this. And our party's rogue has a deal with this weird entity to give him eyes. And once we give this, you kind of think of like biblical angel, like with all the eyes and all the wings and all the, you know, like creepy biblical angel type beat. We just need to give it enough eyes, and then he'll give us Essick's soul back. And we're like, that sounds great. Sounds like a great plan. So we've been kind of, you know, collecting eyes of various things we kill. Whenever we kill something, we're like, hey, can we grab its eyes? And we're like, hey, Numinous, we know how to get Essick's soul back. We just need eyes. And Numinous is like, dude, I got like 10 million eyes. Because he's kind of like a collector guy. He owns bags of holding and kind of takes everybody's stuff for himself every once in a while. That's like who he is. And he's like, dude, I got so many eyes. Like, you don't even know how many eyes I have. I have beholder eyes. I have aboleth eyes. I have the eye of Prometheus. And we're like, can we have them? So you can switch bodies? And he's like, fine, I'll go get them. So he leaves, comes back with like 40 eyes. Okay, there's like a bunch of spider eyes. There's a bunch of human eyes that are just like kind of look kind of cool. There's a beholder eye. There's an aboleth eye. And there's this massive gem that's called the Eye of Prometheus. Kind of sick, right? Beauty's in the eye of the human. Yeah. And we're like, do you need, like, are you gonna make us make a deal to give you these eyes? And we've now made several deals with this guy, and he's now kind of, you know, a member of the party. And he's like, no, man. I just want to be done with this. Can I? Yeah, so you can just freaking have the eyes. So our rogue is like, hey, little fallen angel thing that I have a deal with. There's a bunch of eyes for you. And then some creepy shit happens. So I'm gonna give you a trigger warning. I'm about to describe some body horror and some big old monsters. Okay? I'm telling you that now. I'm about to describe a big old creepy body horror monster. Okay? Just thought I'd put that out there. Fair warning. If you don't want to listen to it, I'll wave my arms when I'm done. Okay? I'll wave my arms. Okay? Cool. So, we're sitting there, and we're like, hey, here's all your eyes. They're all out in front of us. And out of Essick / Numinous's mouth comes this like black ooze scaled things, you know, right? And it has like eyes everywhere and sockets and all of these arms that reach out, but the arms aren't arms. They don't have hands. They have eye sockets on the end of them. And it's like, it's huge and like unhinges his jaw so this thing can come out of it. And he's still kind of connected. And he starts walking up to all the eyes and sucking them in. And you can watch them go through his arm into a socket, and then they pop up on his side. And more keeps doing this. And then he just like glunks the big beholder eye and the big and the big that, and then he does the Eye of Prometheus, and it shows like on his back, and it's freaking terrible. It's horrible, and he's just like eating all these things, right? It's great, man. And we're all just sitting there watching this happen, having no idea that this is what was going to happen when, you know, we had to said here's eyes, and Numinous is just like, you know, and we're like, hey, how good is that? How many eyes is that? And the thing starts talking in like, you know, like creepy freaking monster voice, and David gets like low and like raspy, and he's like, more, I need more, you know, like that kind of thing. Like it's like, oh, I don't like the vibe we got going on here, you know. And then like he puts his arm up and shows Essick's soul, which he has like in a bottle, and he's like, this is what you want, yes? And we're like, yes, please, and there's enough eyes. And he's like, no, I need more. And keeps like looking at me because I'm staring this thing down, and I'm like, you little. He's looking at me and is like, you want to make a deal? And I'm just saying silent. And our rogue's like, hey, your deal's with me. Your deal's with me. What are we doing? He's like, but there's others that want this too. I could get more out of this. And he's like, hey, your deal's with me. And the thing says, 10 eyes. I need 10 more eyes, or higher quality eyes, because the bigger eyes, like the big beholder eye and the other things, are worth more. He says 10 eyes, or higher quality eyes, and then slurps back into him. And chat, because Fruit is super cool, Fruit drew it. So chat, I have an image for you. I have a horror image for you. I'm gonna do this. I'm not done, but I'm about to show a terrible thing on the screen. Okay, I'm about to show a terrible, spooky, art piece on the screen. Okay? There's your warning. That's your warning. Cool? Okay. So here's the thing that Fruit drew, who is... Here you go, chat. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. Look at this thing. Hold on. Let me like. Oh, Fruit's so cool, but also it's so bad. No, go down. I don't want to just see his face down there. Yeah, isn't that so neat, guys? Freaky. It's horrid. I love it. Yeah. Pretty kind of sick, actually, but terrifying, and I love it. Anyways, there you go. Okay. That's so ill in the most /boss way. Yeah. It's really cool, because Fruit really likes doing, horror art specifically. They love little monsters. David describes a terrible monster, and Fruit's like, where is my iPad? I need to open Procreate right now and draw this terrible freaking thing. And it's wonderful. So yeah, there's your reference there. There's your reference for what that thing looks like. Okay, chat, I really didn't get that much iron, which is just kind of rough. I got through this whole cave. Or at least everything down that way. So I'm gonna come back out a little bit. What's it called? So that happens, and Numinous, like, you know, his jaw clinks back in, and he's like, warn me next time. Warn me next time, please. Which I think is a really reasonable response for him. And we're all like, I didn't know he was going to do that. And at this point, my character kind of gets like tunnel vision. Right now, he's on such an arc of it's literally 10 eyes, and then I get my son back. I just need to kill like 5 people, and then I get my son back. And that's kind of where he is at mentally, which is a fun place to be. Get the boy. I want him back so bad. I want him back so bad. So we then meet back up with our paladin, who... Our paladin's been not in the bag. He did not witness this. Because he's been looking for a squire. He finds a squire, and he's like, hey, get in the bag. And our squire is lined up in this massive battalion of paladins to go through a portal to my hometown to try and find and kill Divine and kill anyone who gets in the way. It's really just a great place and thing to be happening. So he's like, hey, get in the bag, go say goodbye to all your buddies. So he goes in the bag, and basically has this really like sad moment where I'm like, oh, I'm so proud of you, but please, dear God, don't let me get my people killed. And he's like, I won't. That's what I don't want it either. I know them. And then I know they're good people. And he's really freaking sappy. We all get to say goodbye. And we're like, hey, don't die. We need to see you again eventually. If you ever find us, you'll always have a place with us if something goes wrong. And you'll always have friends. And it's really, really sad. We all give him our gifts. And I give him one of my character's earrings, which is what I had as my gift for him. He says a bunch of really sad stuff, and then he has to go. So he goes, and chat. Hubba. Sorry. Big old cave. So yeah. So he leaves and comes back out of the bag, and something very quirky happens. While all these paladins are lining up to go through this portal, the kind of leader of the squadron comes out. Connix! Connix! But what's it called? Oh yeah, so the leader of the squadron comes out of all of the paladins, who is our paladin's mentor, the one who he was a squire for, that studied under, and etc., all those things. Woo! Sorry, I gotta kill this creeper. Come here. There we go. Red W. Connix did get on Ruby. That's kind of good. And our paladin's like, hey, because he has like a really positive relationship with this guy. He's the guy that showed up and gave us Og way back when. This is the guy that literally showed up and was like, here, I have a squire for you. Lol, bye. And he's really goofy, and you know, he's big, strong guy. And our guy, our paladin, who's the Archon, is like, hey, it's my dude. And the guy's like, hey, that's my guy. And they like come over to like, you know, like do a big hug. And then he just bodies our paladin. Just like punches out of him. And we're all like, whoa, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? And basically, like, knees him, punches him, and is like, everything that's happened here, you've been made a disgrace. I am ashamed to have... And we're like... We thought he was chill! All of us are in, like, shock. And he's like, now I have to go clean up your mess. And we're like, whoa, what the heck? And basically our paladin drops, like, a hard line on this guy. Who he thought was going to be super duper chill and was not, clearly. Because we happen to have run into this guy's wife, because he's married to a really high being in the Fae, like a Sealy court member this guy's married to. And we came across this one, and they are going to where our paladin's fiance is. So he, like, while he's getting kneed, is like, you're a disgrace. Our guy drops back and is like, I want you to know that I ran into your wife and I showed kindness, and if I find out that when you go here you don't show kindness to my fiance, we're going to have a bigger problem. And we all go, oh, don't hurt him. Go crazy mode with it. Just drops like a cold line on this guy. We're like, oh. So it's a really, really cool moment. And then Og comes out of the bag and they start going through the portal. And kind of one of the high-ups of the church is like, hey, I know they told you to leave in the morning, but you should really leave now. People really don't want you here. And we're all like, great, we all want to leave now anyway. So we all really quickly dip out the city. We buy this very fancy armor. And we go south. We basically have 4 separate quests leading us south. We have a crusade that we have to do for this for this church. Because of all the bad stuff we did while we were in this temple. We have to do a crusade for them and basically take back some holy land or something. We don't really know. We also have to go to another ancient city, which is to the south. And we also have... Sorry, I thought we were gonna have a little lava problem, but we're good, we're fine. So we get out of the city and we go south, and as soon as we're out of the city walls, I'm like, yeah, guys, I totally know where Divine is. She's south. Because we're still not with her. We have not seen Divine. Mambu has not been let in the D&D room. She can't know what we've been doing. And I'm like, yeah, guys, I totally know where Divine is. She's south. So we start heading south, and basically we start taking turns in the bag. And we're basically in this massive desert is kind of where we are right now. So we take turns doing like travel, walking, etc. Oh, the other thing to note is that when our paladin meets back up with us, he's like, oh, by the way, here's 4 eyes that I had in my pocket the whole time. And we're all like, oh, I only need 6 eyes now. I only need to kill 3 people. And then I get my son back. Then I get my son back. I need to kill 3 people. So we're at 6 eyes. And we start going south, and our artificer flies for a while because we can basically all go sit in the bag while one person walks, and we can all sleep. And we just take shifts of who walks outside. It's really a great system. It's a great system that we've made. So our artificer is flying around, and he is getting... He flies for like 12 hours straight through this desert. All of us are eeping. And eventually we switch off, and it's me and the paladin. And we kind of have a little moment. Just a little bit of a... Of course there's a mine shaft. I have a rite of passage, and we did it, guys. We did it. There's a mine shaft. I see you, creepy boy. No, thank you. No, thank you. I do want him to blow up, though. Into the skeleton. Okay, good to know. I don't want him to shoot at me. Ooh, and my pickaxe just broke. Oh, hold on. Maybe need a new pickaxe. Okay, I know I have enough for one. All right, there we go. Yes, 1 hour and 16 minutes for will we find a mine shaft. Yeah, it is kind of the thing. So we start taking turns going south, and eventually it gets to me and the paladin. And me and our paladin kind of have a deep talk because I'm the only one in the party other than Mabu's character who was actually present at the time of the modify memory spell. And we're all like, I'm like, hey man, just checking in on you. And he's like, I'm not mad at her. I'm just disappointed. And I'm like, that's great. That's great, man. I'm so glad you're not going to try and fight her. I really didn't want to do that, and I don't think you did either. Which is why I'm very glad that you're not just trying to just fight the whole party go on each other, you know? We have a good conversation. I need to make a shield. I've come to that conclusion, chat. Okay. So we have like a nice talk, and eventually, when we're walking through this desert, we walk up on some sort of town. There's lights in the distance, and we kind of have to make the call. Do we want to try and go to this town or stay away from it? We don't know. We end up deciding, let's go check because we don't know where Divine is exactly. And if she saw this town, she might have gone here to stay. Right? I think it's a reasonable course of action. So we're like, okay, let's go check this out. So we get closer to this town, and my character can immediately tell this is a town of Yuan-Ti. Which, if you don't know what a Yuan-Ti is in D&D, they're the snake people in D&D. And my character knows a little bit about this because I used to have Yuan-Ti come and trade at my character's village, etc., etc. Snake people! Love the snake people. I used to have Yanti come to my like hometown a bunch when I was a kid, and I'm like, well, they'll probably be nice if we just walk up and say we're travelers, and then if they don't know where Divine is, maybe we just keep walking. So we walk on up, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go. So I walk up to the snake people, and they're like, what the hell are you doing out in the middle of the desert, bro? Like, bro, what are you doing in the middle of the desert? And I'm like, oh, I'm looking for my friend. They probably don't get a lot of people, but like, have you seen like a pink tiefling come through here? And they're like, no. And we're like, oh, cool. And like, I'm like kind of chatting them up, and he's like, they're like, I haven't seen a furbolg in forever. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been a while. And he's like, didn't you guys get wiped out? And I'm like, oh, you know, yeah, you know, I kind of fixed that recently. And they're like, oh, well, that's nice. You know, maybe we'll go there and trade there again, like southeast. And I'm like, my hometown is not southeast. Thank you, High Times with Ty, for the raid. Hello, I'm doing some mining on my sub server and talking about D&D. And they basically name a different Furbolg village that I have never heard of in a different direction and say, didn't they get wiped out? I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Let's not follow that lead. But then they drop a name and they say, oh, you know, we haven't seen this, but I could go ask our leader, Venomfang. And I pause because we've heard that name before. A really long time ago, kind of one of the first major quests of the campaign, we had a big bad, or rather a group of big bads called the Fingers. Basically a bunch of assassins named for each finger of a hand. There's the thumb, the pointer. They all have real names too. And one of them's name is Mavis. Mavis is the guy who originally kidnapped Essick, the guy who ripped off my character's arm, the guy who took out a rogue's eye, and the leader for basically the terrible group and kingdom that are trying to take over the world. And his name is Mavis Venomfang. And he's a Yanti. And they say that. And they're like, yo, we could go get Venomfang. And I'm like, nope, that's great, we're gonna go now. I'm like, great, that's stunning, that's amazing. I'm gonna keep walking through the middle of the desert. Bye-bye. So I walk. And I'm like, hey, Paladin, let's go. So we start walking. Walk all the way around. We get far enough away. And I'm like, that was Mavis's hometown. Let's never go there again. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna keep walking. We're gonna keep walking, so we keep walking. We just keep walking. And that's just really great, you know? Boom. Get wrecked. So we dip out of there, to say the least. We absolutely dip out of there. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? There's water. I wasn't ready for water. Oh, there's a whole underwater cave. Okay. Just wanted this iron, really, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep grabbing all this iron, you know. So we just kind of keep booking, and eventually, we meet back up with Divine, who we find at a little camp a little bit more south. And we're like, oh my god, Divine, are you okay? And her and our paladin kind of have a standoff. She doesn't really know what's gonna happen, and Mom was finally let back into the D&D room. And is like, you're a bad friend. And I'm like, but I'm glad you didn't let me kill my best friend. And Mambu's kind of been a big dealing with that, you know? My Shayla. Yeah, it kind of hits. Our paladin dropped a lot of cold lines. So we were like, hey, and the other thing I'll notice at Divine's camp, there's this freaking guy. There's this weird entity who kind of looks like how I would imagine Michael Distortion. Like, you can't look at him straight, and parts of him are too long, and it looks like he's always looking at you, but you can't even make out what his face looks like, and then he kind of disappears as soon as we get there, and we're like, really, let's not question that. It's not important to the overarching plot of this plot line, but it happened, and he was weird, so I thought I'd bring it up. Don't know what was up with that. Truly don't know what was up with that. Here we go, chat. We're looking a little bit more spiffy now. We're looking a little bit more put together. So we pick back up with Divine, and we're like, great, we're gonna go in the bag, and basically we kind of take a good bit of the session to just like rest and refill of all our splots and take turns walking in this area, and eventually we swap out to our cleric. Sorry, chat, I'm doing like I gotta kind of focus up for a second, just a little bit. Just a tiny bit of... okay. Am I ready for that? Everything might go wrong. Hold on, I kind of gotta lock in. Okay, I got this. We can do this. Okay. Woo! Hold on, chat. Oh, let me out of there. I'm gonna break this one. Okay. Kind of look like they're gonna fight each other. Okay, we're good. Silly freaking goobers. Okay, and everything's good. Everything's fine. Everything's great, man. Yay! Oh, hello. All right, chat. The age-old question: what's in the box? Make your guesses. Make your guesses, chat. What's in the box? I'm gonna say a saddle. A saddle and a gapple. $13 discs. Okay, everybody's got your guesses, and here we go. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, second chest. More horse. Okay, so just 10 million horse armor. That's great, man. Just what I asked for. Okay, well, I'm not mad, chat, about the gunpowder and stuff. Hold on. I'm just gonna kind of organize some stuff really quick. We've got a good bit of like loot. You know, we're gonna get more while we're in here. Maybe I'm gonna smelt some of this chicken. I'm honestly gonna throw this salmon away. I'm gonna throw this dripstone away. The saplings are important. The wood's important. I'll keep my bones. I'll keep my string. Yeah, okay. I'll actually make these just into sticks and probably drop this plank and get some more coal. Cool. All right, chat. Sorry, we had to lock in for a second. I had to focus on the block game for a moment. I got one more little bit that happened at the end of session before you guys are caught up. So, well, chat. It switches to the shift. Ooh! Of our cleric and our artificer, and our artificer's still sleeping because he flew for the longest, so he needed sleep the most. So he's sleeping. So our cleric goes out and is like, okay, I'm gonna go and go super fast, and I'm gonna get on my big dog, because our cleric has a big dog. I don't know how else to explain it. Big metal dog monster thing that I've talked about, whose name is Tiny. I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna make Tiny big, and I'm just gonna kind of ride through the desert. At which point, me and our paladin realized, oh my god, why didn't we just summon a horse to ride while we went through this? Why do we walk? So, our cleric gets on the back of their dog thing and starts riding and gets pretty far until they don't notice something until it like hits them. And it's kind of like this weird bubbling sand, which is something we were told to look out for because apparently the edge of wherever we're trying to consecrate for this crusade is filled with bubbling sand, and that's part of the reason they haven't been able to reclaim it because nobody can get there. So we rock up on this thing. We rock up on this thing, and it's creepy boys over there. Let's not go that way. I'm just gonna open this chest really quick. I say, hold on, let me get this creeper. I say there's glowberries in here. Oh, so many creepers! What the heck? What the heck and heck? You know how it is, chat. Sorry, just gotta keep one more. There we go. Okay. Glowberries. Yes, that's really all I wanted also, so. All I really wanted out of that was glowberries. Basically runs headfirst into this sand. And it's kind of a weirder quicksand. Okay? So they start sinking. The big dog stopped on the edge of the quicksand and basically like went, and then our cleric got launched off of it and thrown into the quicksand. So they're sinking because point A, our cleric is made of metal and starts just sinking in the quicksand. And we're all like, crap. As we're doing this, our artificer comes out for his shift and apparates out of the bag into quicksand. And apparates out of the bag into quicksand. Our artificer has wings, so starts flying up and grabs onto the arm of our cleric and is like, I'm gonna get you out of here. Starts pulling it out. Can't. They're too heavy. So we say, oh, I got it. Let's go in the bag. So our cleric has both the bags on him. And our artificer's like, oh, I'll reach down, I'll grab the bags. And you go into the bag. So our artificer does it, grabs the bags, gets out of there and is like, great. At this point, our cleric is gone. So the dog, the giant metal freaky dog, is freaking out and thinks that our artificer just killed our cleric. So the dog jumps at him across of it, right? And then our cleric jumps out of the bag and tells the thing to calm down, kind of sucks it into our cleric, and now our artificer starts holding both bags and our cleric and is now too heavy, so starts sinking down into the quicksand. So our cleric goes back in the bag. And our artificer flies out, has a bunch of this weird sand in his wings, gets off to the side, and we're okay. But it was a really stressful, like 5 minutes where we did not have time to react. It was a really, really stressful 5 minutes or so. But we end up okay. That's a different spawner. Pause. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean there's another one? Oh my god, die. Okay, there we go. Jeez. I say a saddle. I'm just trying to manifest a saddle, I think. I don't know if I actually want a saddle, but I'm sure trying to get one. Okay, there we go, chat. Let's put these boots away. I'll put this other trash away. What do I not need? I like all the things I have. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so we get out of the sand, and they then spend a while, basically picking the sand out of his wings, and, what's it called? Oh my god, I forgot about the ending. I was like, where did the session end? I just remembered. We're right at the end, chat. So, we're all sitting there, and they spend a good, like, a couple hours getting all the sand out of his wings, because if he tries to fly now, it's gonna cause a lot more problems than it's worth. And we're all kind of chilling in the bag. Everybody gets their long rest in. Everybody's chilling. And they're like, great, okay, we're gonna move on with our lives now. We're gonna move on with our lives now. And we're all sitting having a nice conversation in the bag. It's actually really, really good talk because our paladin and Mambu's character get to properly talk to each other about, you know, all the things that happened. And you know, the memory blockage, and they kind of make that up. We finally hear back from my town, and they dealt with everything okay. Nobody got hurt. The paladins left, and everything was pretty good. You know, nothing absolutely terrible happened. And then, chat, the session comes to an end because suddenly, and truly out of nowhere, and I say out of nowhere, like a lot of things have come out of nowhere in this campaign, but this one's up there. One thing about our artificer that hasn't come up today is he has this really powerful ring that has a frost dragon inside of it, and he basically had to lock himself in ice for a while to be able to use it. And now that he has it awakened, one of his arms is entirely ice now, and he has super cool ice powers. And what's it called? Basically, the dragon inside of it was like, hey, you're gonna have to kill other dragons for me, and that's how you're gonna get more power out of this ring, you know, etc., etc. And while he's sitting there picking all of my sword broke. It's fine. It's fine, I can axe crit. I'm cracked. Everything's fine. Just a little bit locked in. Just a little bit. He's sitting there, and while he's getting all of the sand out of his wings, he gets words from the dragon in his ring that says, hey, one's here. You need to kill it. And as he's sitting there, out of the sand that has been bubbling this whole time, a giant freaking dragon flies out of it. Right at him. And that's where we ended. That's where we ended. A whole, like, lightning dragon. And most of us don't even know what's happening because we're just chilling in the bag, having tea, and we're waking up for the morning, and then the freaking dragon flies out at our guy. And that's where we last left off our session, chat. You're now officially caught up to where we are. We had some crazy stuff happen, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of crazy stupid. Okay, chat. I needed that. And I needed to make a sword. That was the other thing I needed. There we go. I'll turn the rest of these into torches. I'll also turn these into torches, I guess. Okay, chat. We don't have a ton of stuff, but it's kind of just where we're at right now, emotionally. What do I not care about the most? Feathers, probably. Okay, chat. I'm thinking that I set up a tiny hovel at the top of this cave and come back down. That's what I'm thinking, chat. So I'm gonna mine this iron and then get out of here really quick and go back up to the surface. I just threw my blocks away. I need blocks. I'd rather have string. I don't care about any of that. Okay, there we go. We're good, chat. So that's where we last left off. Isn't that so fun? I mean, a little bit of body horror, a little bit of a little bit of dragons, a little bit of party drama. You know, it's got all the good things a D&C session should have. Such fun things. And yeah, chat, I've been kind of brain rotting because the mindset that my character is in right now is so wild, because he's a fairly chill guy. Like he's typically the voice of reason in the party that's like, hey, we don't need to kill all these people, you know, we could actually just be nice for once if that's what we wanted. You know, we could just be nice guys. And then all the party goes, no! I want to commit crimes! And I go, okay. Ooh, that's what I was hoping to find right at the end. That's what I was hoping to find right at the end, baby! But I've been big brain rotting about... Ooh, amethyst, okay. I've been big brain rotting about my characters. And I've just been thinking about him a lot. And I've been working on my animatic again, chat. And I have one more thing that I want to share with you. One more little thing, because I finally remembered to ask Fruit to send it to me. You guys know way back when in this campaign, when we were fighting my dad, you know, that whole arc that we did, where we were fighting my dad, and he got all big and goopy, and, you know, it was a really sick little, like, standoff. You guys remember that? So way back when that was happening, Fruit drew this absolutely sick art piece of me fighting my dad, because sometimes Fruit will just, like, draw stuff from the session. They do it a lot, and it's really good every time. It's really cool. And they did a really cool art of me fighting my, like, boss mode dad when he was all goopy and, like, sucking the souls out of everybody in the town, if you remember that arc. So really quick, chat, I wanted to show you it because it's really cool. It's really cool. So here you go, chat. This is my little thing. Fruit's so cool, guys. Did you guys know that Fruit is so cool? Did you guys know that Fruit is, like, the coolest person ever? Look at my dude. Look at him. Look at my dad. He looks so freaky, bro. It's really good. And I finally remembered to ask them to send it to me, because I was like, I actually want that really bad. I actually want that really bad. But yeah, chat. I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna grab this diamond, because that's enough diamonds for a diamond pickaxe. And then I'm gonna head back up to the surface, chat. I'm gonna make a little hovel. And that'll be my little spot. And I'll probably come mine some more down here and get some more stuff. Kind of get set up. Because I want to try and be on this cycle maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It's weird sometimes. Sure, why are you always fighting your dad? I don't know. I think it's really weird, because in real life, I do not have, like, daddy issues. My dad is sick. I love that guy. He's in chat all the time. But for some reason, I just can't stop writing characters with daddy issues. Like, I can't stop for some reason. And I don't even have it. I think it's goofy, but I just can't stop fighting my dad, man. Okay, guys. Yay, diamonds. At least one diamond, please. Love Papa Sherb. Big Papa Sherb appreciation. Okay. No more. Okay. Let's get this over here. Okay. Yeah, chat. Okay, that's a good bit of stuff. Song listens? Probably not. I'm probably going to end in a second, because there's some Bound lore starting up, and I want you guys to be able to go watch the sad birds. But that's my updates on your D&D stories, gamers. That's what I got for you today. I also had some stuff happen in my the session that I DM. So I was kind of having a moment, because this was the first session that I was DMing, where I was really just kind of letting them go. I'm a very, like, meticulous DM. I really like things to, like, really be planned out, and for me to know what's going on everywhere, which means that it takes a lot more work to get ready for sessions, but like I haven't had a session where I didn't know exactly what the party was gonna do. Because like when they were in a dungeon and they were dungeon delving, it's like, hey, they're in the dungeon, that's what they're gonna do. I don't have room for this lapis. Okay. It's fine. I was hoping to find like just like a tiny bit more iron. Nah, it's fine. I'll go back up. I just need to empty out my inventory, really. And this was the first session where they got out of the kind of dungeon that I put them in. And they were kind of free to go wherever they wanted, and I did not know where they were gonna go. And it went really, really well. They went somewhere that I wasn't expecting. I had like 4 plot hooks for them of places they could go, and they didn't go in any of those. But where they did go, I also had some stuff planned. Because I, for some reason, went crazy go stupid mode. But it went really, really well, and now they're free. And this next session, they're going to a festival, which is really, really fun, because I've been writing up little festival games for them to be able to play. Dude, I don't want maybe not my shovel. Maybe that's what I don't want, because I just want to get out of here. Okay, there we go. Whoop! All right, gamers, there we go. We got a good amount of stuff. But I got to be my guy, chat, because they were talking with, if you know the guy that I cosplayed from Magic the Gathering, he was hanging out with the party. He kind of broke him out of the prison cell they were in. So I got to basically just brain rot about my dude, Ral Zarek, who's my guy. Of course he did. I had that written so long ago. Before things happened, like in my in my mind, I had that written before that, and then it was just kind of goofy because I'd already written that he was going to be there, and then I was like, well, you know, what are you going to do? But now they're having a big they're going to a festival, and then they might go down to these underground races that I pitched them, which is like sky airship races. Which is a really interesting little spot. Okay, well now I'm sad I didn't have a shovel. Okay, it's fine. Just gonna kind of dig out like a tiny little hole right here. All right. Here we go, gamers. I don't need anything too big. Just a tiny little hovel for now. See ya, Chack. Bring back an oldie but a goodie. Okay. Hello? Thanks, please. Thank you. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. Maybe we'll go just a little bit more. Okay. Just a tiny, tiny little hovel. I really just need a place to put my stuff. That's really all I need, so I'll take what I can get. Sick! And nobody will suspect a thing. Oh yeah, guys, I'm a terraformer. Okay. All right. But there we go, chat. I hope you guys liked the little bit of stories from today. I'm very excited to know where we're going with stuff. And then I'll do like all of this. Wow! Stuff! Pretty cool. Door. Isn't that the best, chat? Isn't this just like the greatest house you've ever seen? Are you not amazed at my skill? Are you not amazed at my skill? Hello, Senator. I don't know why I've specifically committed to calling you Senator all the time, but I have. still with the senator? But yeah, chat. Cool. We have a nice little setup right here. We've got a way down into the mines. We've got a little dirt shack and a heart full of dreams. A heart full of dreams. It's their name and their title, exactly. OMG, Senator send treats. Okay. There we go. I think this is a very nice little hovel. Can you not tell that I'm truly embracing the steampunk theme? by my beautiful shack. With very few things in it. Okay, how much string did I get? Enough. That's the answer. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, chat. We're gonna make a little bed. Let's make it a color. What color flowers are around? I don't want gray. I'm not that guy. I could go get cocoa beans, but I really just wanted like a donkey. Sorry. That was like it's like a knee jerk. Ooh, we can make it purple. Magenta, I think, but I'll take it. Oh, there's some. Oh well, I guess if they're right here. I'm sure you'll find a way to flip the house. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna, thank you, goodbye. Just gonna take that and be on my way. Gonna take that and be on my way. Where is my house exactly? I kind of lost my house. I think it's over here. Yes, good, yes. Yay, guys, it's so on brand. Alright, there's my spawn point. Cool! Well, that's a great success, and I think that is where I'm gonna probably end for today, with a good bit of stuff. I'm gonna keep all of this on me because I'd like to be a real gamer. Okay, there we go. Cool. Just gonna chill here. All right. Well, goodbye, people of the queue. Been a wild time. All right. Let's end here.